Hello and welcome to Confident Women Ireland, and I'm out and about here in Galway, and I've met this lovely lady, Begley, Schade, and has written beautiful books on Galway fairy tales. Martha, tell us about your books.
I have 10 books in total, and each and every story has a message for a child on different difficult topics that children go through, like bullying, friendships, kindness, teamwork, finding your source of good advice in life, persevering as a friend, the importance of saying sorry I was wrong, including others that are different, all the way down to anxiety. And they're light-hearted, entertaining and educational stories that children love, and especially grandparents and teachers love to tell these stories, because at the end of every story I have a discussion list as well that actually helps discuss the topics afterwards with the children, and that's the whole purpose. It's all about nurturing children's well-being through using Irish storytelling. It's going back to where we were.
Back to storytelling.
Back to storytelling.
The old time of storytelling, sitting down like the Shanachie. Am I pronouncing that right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Wow, and tell me, what inspired you? Are you an author?
No, actually, I'm an engineer.
You're an engineer?
Yes, I am. Yeah. But I started this about 4 years ago. It started off as a bit of a hobby, but the resonance, the reaction to the topics, the reaction to the books, people kept coming to me asking me for more topics. It's just taken over, so now it's a fully fledged business, and I'm here with my son Keelan.
Oh, I have a son called Keelan as well. Yes.
So Keelan is the main guy in the business. He helps me set it all up. So I have 10 books. There's 5 with fairies, and there are 5 with animal stories. And you can get them in different varieties, as in single books, compilation books with 5 books in one, or soon I've actually just recently come out of a sound studio where I have done audio versions of the books. So I'm very excited to see those coming on board.
Well, Martha, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you, because I just think this is beautiful. It's about the real Irish stories, golden stories, back to the times of the Shanachie, telling those stories that our grandmothers and great-grandmothers told us, and the fairy tales. I'd love to have you on again on the Irish. I'd love to have you on again on the Confident Women Ireland YouTube channel and tell us more about your books.
I'd love that, yeah, I would, because it's so important. This is the thing that keeps me going. It's the idea that out there are children that will benefit from these stories, and it's our responsibility as adults to give back what we've learned. I mean, we've had it tough getting this far, so we've made all the mistakes, we've learned from the mistakes. The least we can do is actually turn around and help children do it faster. And the younger you start the children, the better it is, because what you learn as a child stays with you all your life.
That's right. I remember my mother sitting down with my sister and myself every night on the stairs reading our poems.
Yes.
And telling the stories on the stairs, not in the bed, but on the stairs on the way up to bed.
There's so many advantages. Like, I mean, if you're telling or talking to a child, you're increasing their ability to listen. You're increasing their vocabulary, their verbal reasoning, their spatial thinking, their ability to understand concepts, the ability to problem solve. You know, there's no downside to storytelling. It's actually just a beautiful, beautiful thing to do. I had one grandmother, I have to allow me to tell the story. There's a grandmother who came to me and she bought one series of books, and from there she went home and invited all the grandchildren to come to our house, and they sat down together with the children and they did the storytelling every Tuesday night at 7:30, and the children got pizza and croissants and Fanta with no devices. And they sat down and they talked about the story, and they did that for 5 Tuesdays, 5 weeks. And she said it was the best bonding and family activity that she could ever have thought about. So I love to think, I love the thought that I could have had some tiny actor part, you know. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
You're bringing back that special bond and relationship with grandmother, telling the grandchildren fairy tales. FairyTales of Galway and of Ireland.
Yeah, that's it.
Martha, Begley, and Schade, thank you so much. I hope you have more on Confident Women
I
Ireland.
hope so. I hope so. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you so much indeed.